That's a mouse trap. We kind of expect those. We are starting off at the northwest corner of the master suite and going counterclockwise. This right here, okay, that's a shrinkage crack. Some people call them corner pops, call it what you will, but that does not have any effect on the foundation. It's an aesthetic issue. It might be supporting a brick. Those are pretty common. I've got an explanation baked into a link in the inspection report. We're going down the west side of the master suite here in the rain gutter. You see we got some rusting. It's coming loose there. Moving on along. This is all around the swimming pool area. This is all AstroTurf. It's all AstroTurf. Looks like we have a sprinkler head over here. That's my shadow. Sprinkler head. That's what it looks like. I don't know why, but we've got some. And then there's a sprinkler head that's been capped off. We've got luminaries that are installed on the ground around here. Those are outside the scope of this inspection. If I find out more about it, we'll bring that up. This copper piping here. Okay, this looks like, and we'll find out what it is for sure, but this looks like a water heater emergency pressure relief drain. Emergency pressure relief drain. Hopefully, probably a secondary pan drain. We'll find out when we get in there. If these are water heaters, they're not supposed to discharge higher than 6 inches above the ground. On sprinkler here, a water faucet here, and they do not have vacuum breakers on them. This is in a swimming pool area. It's in the exterior, regardless of whether it's a swimming pool area or not. You're supposed to have vacuum breakers on your exterior faucets so that when you hook the hose up to it, the back pressure doesn't force the water back into your potable drinking water. A characteristic about this home is we're not finding any expansion control joints. Some people call them expansion joints, call it what you will. But this is a short wall. You probably wouldn't want one normally. But I'm also calling your attention that we don't have any weep holes. Not seeing any weep holes. Over your fenestrations, windows, if you will. No indoors. No weep holes. No weep holes on this structure. This is the kitchenette. And these receptacle outlets shouldn't be recessed more than 6 inches underneath the countertop. Also, both of these receptacle outlets appear to be inoperable. They appear to be inoperable. Now, when you have a stand like this, a post, all right, these posts, they've got trim board underneath them, so we don't know for sure. But these posts are supposed to have stands, which I cannot see. It's not visible, limited visible inspection. They're supposed to have stands beneath them to keep water from wicking up and causing wood damage. These cracks right here, these are called checks. Okay, it's a characteristic of the material and it doesn't affect the strength in any way. Again, an aesthetic issue. You may go to the lumber yard and choose one with less checking, but you'll never get one without checking. But again, that's not a structural issue. Coming along here, this sink does not work. This refrigerator does not work. One thing I can't tell about this refrigerator is whether it even gets electricity. I don't know if it will ever work. So, you might want to get some closure there just to find out if, in fact, it could work. We don't even know that it could. So, this is the outdoor grill. This is beyond the scope of this inspection. That's beyond the scope of this inspection. This is your outdoor grill. Looks like it can be cleaned a little bit. Coming along here. We got gas. We have gas. The automatic ignition does not work. Gas, no automatic ignition. Let's go over here, grill. Gas, no automatic. The automatic ignition does not work on this. None of the automatic ignitions. Every one of them have gone bad, or there's no electricity to this? Oh, wait a minute. Operator error here. You have a manual automatic ignition over here. Over here, I'm guessing that's manual. Still, the automatic ignitions do not work. Oh, there's one. Okay, which burner do you go to? To the right. Okay. Third from the right works. 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 Okay. So the grills work. So the grills work. This grill has gas, but the ignition doesn't work. Moving on along. Cecil Bud DeMille, apologize for my stellar movie production. Okay, there's no GFCI. I can't find any GFCI. There, around the corner there, we're going there, and on that wall. These receptacle outlets work, unlike these. Unlike these. These work, but they're not protected by GFCI. If this is a water heater, valve, they're not supposed to terminate any closer than 3 inches. No further than 6, no closer than 3. These are pergola. I might be able to access some roof. I can't really use the pergola because it's got the corrugated plastic covers, and then the roof itself is too steep. It's too steep. So I'm probably just going to use a ladder. I'll give it a try over here. Inquiring minds want to know. Works, no GFCI. It's a patio. Over here, this faucet on the patio is too tight to turn. Somebody has wrenched that thing down. And I'm not going to unwrench it because I'd like to turn it off before I leave. And I just don't know if that'll happen. This is your secondary drain line for one of your air conditioners, supposed to the master. When that leaks, you got a problem. That's why they put it there in front of a window so that it's obvious. Coming on, this is the patio. This is the north side of the great room or den. Again, AstroTurf, AstroTurf. This guy works. This one has an anti-vacuum breaker on it for the swimming pool. All of them out here, because you don't know which one you're going to choose, should be anti-siphon. That probably met some minimum standard. When you have lawn sprinkler irrigation, and ideally that's buried, but it can be exposed. It's allowed to be exposed. But what happens when it's exposed is it's supposed to be anchored, stapled down every 12 inches. These planter boxes, they're wood. So you have wood next to the structure. Wood next to the structure, so that's conducive to wood destroying insects. This is wood mulch next to the structure, conducive to wood destroying insects. Again, this guy excuse me, this guy doesn't even work. This guy's off. I said that he was not. I said those work. These two over here do not work. This one does not work. Inoperable. Coming along, storage closet for swimming pool equipment, that kind of thing. Be careful about storing chemicals in here because it's going to corrode all your anything metal, anything electrical. You know, like that luminary is not working for us today. sheds are beyond the scope of this inspection. Okay, in the meantime, just so you know, I mean, it's not a real estate improvement. It doesn't really have a foundation. It's sitting on blocks. Wood to ground contact is too close. You should not have exposed NM closer than 6 feet to the ground. We're going to talk about that here in a little bit. So this power has been bootlegged in here. It's been bootlegged in here, so it's doorbell's not working. Ceiling fan. There's no. It's not livable space for sure. Paneling is warped. Let's try this. This will be my test. What is that? Oh, hot and neutrals are reversed. Reverse polarity in here. So it will not trip the GFCI. It's not safe either. No grounding. Probably reversed. A little bit of fan works. Kind of cute little playhouse. Has a broken window. Broken window right there. Broken baluster. Missing baluster. See the satellite dish up there? They're never installed properly. Ever. I have a picture of how it's supposed to be installed. That's the only one I ever installed properly. It was that illustration inside my inspection report. I'm not apologizing for it. I'm just telling you good luck finding one that's done correctly. Okay, we're missing some window screens. These are called soffit vents. We have soffit vents around here. Going back towards the patio. This siding next to the house. Okay. A little bit of wood rot up there, wood damage. For the siding where it comes down, it's in direct contact with the shingles. There's supposed to be a 2-inch gap there. 2-inch gap between the wood siding and the composition shingles. That's what the manufacturer says. Okay, we've got a single main. We're going to talk about the swimming pool in a little bit. Recommend removing that. So the AstroTurf stops right here. Wooden mulch next to the house. This is swimming pool equipment. We're going to spend some more time here. At least you can walk to the swimming pool equipment over here. You see that yellow cable right there? That yellow cable, that is for the dollhouse. A sub panel to the swimming pool equipment should not be located behind the equipment. You're supposed to have 36 inches of clearance in front of this so that you can work on it. That being said, it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. It's not properly labeled. It says pool equipment. And these wires right here, they shouldn't be bent in a radius tighter than 7 inches, and they should not be in contact with the panel cover. So that's what we've got here. We've got wires in touch with the panel cable, and in touch with the dead front cover plate. It's not properly labeled. 7 inches. Some people argue that. This is the upstairs. I'm assuming this is the upstairs air conditioning system. What we have here is 2008. What we have here is a 4-ton, 12, 24, 36. R22. R22, that's obsolete. Okay? supposed to say okay all the time. My wife tells me that sounds demeaning. This was fine the day it was built, but R22 is rapidly becoming obsolete. They can no longer manufacture it or legally import it into the United States. There is some stockpiles. The cost of R22 servicing this unit with R22, if it comes to that, is going to be very, very expensive. This stuff's like gold right now. It's going to become very expensive. And they do make substitute refrigerants for it that you can put inside besides R22. You can't put 410A in this, but you can put the substitutes in. But this is already an inefficient unit. And the substitutes run between 10 and 35% less efficient than, or is it 15 to 30? But anyway, significantly less efficient than R22. So the smart money, every technician that comes out here, just about every technician that comes out here is going to try to sell you to upgrade this system. And that would be a good argument. That would be a good thing to do. That being said, if you do the substitute refrigerant, most technicians are not going to want to follow that other technician. So you might as well just put him on your speed dial, because he's going to be the only person that's going to work on this system if you do the substitute route, go the substitute route. Looks like we had some plumbing issues here. We're on the west wall, by the way. We're on the west wall, and looks like there's been some plumbing issues. We got a vacuum breaker over here. That's good. This guy, yeah, he works. Now this is an unconventional application here. It made it better, I guess. I doubt it. I can't say that. But what happened here is this is your clothes dryer vent, and it was getting your coils all dirty over here. And so they routed over here. You do not have a flap. You do not have a, it's dirty. It's crushed. It's not going to operate right. In fact, it's not safe. This whole thing should be reconfigured. I can't write prescriptions, but a 90-degree angle box should come out here, raceway, and then a vent installed on the end of it. But that's an amateurish, unconventional installation. This phone was okay in the day. All right, we see how you can punch it holes in it. That's why it's not okay today. It should be solid plastic. Same thing with this one over here. 2011. Now this one's a 410A. 410A. This is the downstairs unit. So just the upstairs is the only one that I'm aware of that's R12. This is 410A. Serial number, model number 60, 5 tons. The master bedroom is also 5 tons, suite. So it's 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You got about 14 tons of cooling on this home. Then the electric disconnects are not supposed to be located behind the unit, and the bushes are supposed to be accessible. There they are. They're also supposed to be sealed on 3 sides. Sealed on 3 sides. The bottom side is supposed to be left open. This one over here, the one on the left, I don't know if you can see that, but it's got an open knockout in it, in the bottom of it. And it should have been sealed. I'll try and get some still images here in a little bit. Yank you around a little bit. So this sub panel, it should also be sealed on 3 sides. Coming along, fireplace chimney. See the flashing? When they re-roofed the roof, recovered the roof, that flashing around the chimney should have been bent and sealed. It shouldn't have open gaps in it like that. You can allow water in, rain in, wind-blown rain in. And there's the dish again. Coming along here. I'm going to bet that this one's inoperable. If that's the case, see, I've been tripping them on the other side. No, there it is. It's not GFCI protected. So the west side porch is not GFCI protected either. This is the gate to the swimming pool area. There's a lock on it, that's nice. Springs. Swings outwards like it's supposed to. The door latch doesn't work. I don't know if the lock works. It's supposed to be self-latching, so the door latch does not work. Planter box, conventional planter box. Wood mulch, bushes next to the house, bushes next to the house. Metal overhead doors. No weep holes. No weep holes. And then is that okay? We got a little bit of torn door gasket right here. It's going to allow the leaves to be blown in. Then the vertical door casement's not supposed to be in direct contact with the cement like that. That'll allow water to weep up and rot the wood. I'm seeing some swelling here, and it's pretty uniform in this mastic sealer around here. And that looks like to me that it might have been drill holes from a subterranean termite treatment previous, but it appears. Light fixtures should be sealed where they come in contact with the brickwork. The carriage lamps. 3 sides sealed around the electric meter. Power's below grade. I'm not sure what this is going into the rain gutter. I'll put a ladder up there and see what I can tell. This looks to me, this is the garage to the west side of the house. It looks to me like it's the kitchen vent. It's pretty close to it. High-powered kitchen vent. Again, we need a little better look at that. But over here is a good example. See the rain gutter? See the downspout? It just drains right directly onto the roof covering. It does it in several places around here. It does it right up over there. Sun's in our eyes. Okay, that'll cause the shingles to prematurely wear. We're going out to the south side of the house. This is the front side of the house. This irrigation box right here is for the lawn sprinkler system. It's supposed to be on the other side of the sidewalk. It's not supposed to be in the parkway. You see it, but it's not supposed to be. Okay, there's supposed to be 3 inches, minimum of 3 inches of clearance underneath that valve. The handles are broken off and rusty. You can't service this, it hasn't been serviced in a while. You got 2 isolation valves, that one's broken off too. You do not have a main shutoff to the lawn sprinkler system. When this house was built, they weren't required. But you don't have one. Wait a minute. Keep me honest. Nope. That's a station for a zone. Every day's a surprise. This is your water meter out by the street. It is allowed. It is supposed to be out here. It could be other places, but this is okay. Alright. This dial right here. That little triangle in there. Okay. That's a flow indicator. Most people call them cheater wheels or cheater valves. If that's moving, water's moving. Potable, drinkable water's coming into the house. Either something's on or you have a leak. If you can't find where the water's going, it's going someplace you can't see. Gas enters this south side of the garage. It's pretty much acceptable. I'm not seeing a bonding wire, so it's probably going to be on the air conditioning systems. There's a control for the lawn sprinkler system. This is high soil and mulch along this wall, conducive to wood destroying insects. High soil and mulch. These are the main cleanouts for the house, main sewer cleanouts. Right out here in this flower bed, again on the south side of the garage. Again. Sorry, haven't lost anybody yet. Too much. Something's missing around here. I'm looking for something. I'm looking for the main water shut off to the house. I'm pretty sure that's not it. If you have a problem, you come to the main water shut off valve. Lawn sprinkler heads, they're not supposed to be closer to a structure than 12 inches. Lawn sprinkler head not supposed to be closer to the structure than 12 inches. High soil mulch, all conducive to wood destroying insects. This is where I suspect the main shutoff valve might be. If it's down there, it's rusty. But I can't see it, so I'm just going to say not apparent. I'll explain about that. This is GFCI protected. This is the water pressure to the house, closest to the main entrance. And the valve is leaking. We have over 80 psi. We got pretty close to 90 psi. The pressure should be between 40 and 80. High pressure can stress out your system, cause things to age prematurely. Rain gutters below grade. Again, wood mulch, trees too close to a house. I could have mentioned that earlier. Trees too close to the house. The trees shouldn't be any closer to the structure than 25 feet. The leaves can cause damage to your roof and wall system. The roots can cause damage to your foundation. Branches and leaves. Right here they have kick-out flashing? No, they got a gap right there. See where that they put that little diverter, but now the water is just pouring off the side of this down the wall. And brick is porous, by the way. Brick leaks. We don't have any weep holes, so any water that gets behind that brick stays there. Rots the wood. Flagstones are not dimensionally uniform. I got them all over my house. My house isn't for sale, but Granny might trip on that. Coming along, that's a Ring doorbell. I rang it earlier. It works. Someone was home at the time to let me in. Now over here, if you study this, you see the brick comes down, you see that gray? That's a mastic sealer. We've had water issues in this wall before. Somebody's addressed that. They didn't just put it here and didn't put it there because they were bored. And they said, let's put this over here. I'm not doing anything today, Saturday. It just didn't work like that. So we've had previous water issues along this wall. This has been addressed. All the window screens are missing. At first I thought it was a few, but apparently I'm not remember seeing one. There might be, I don't remember seeing one. Lawn sprinkler heads are too close to the house. Tree closer than 25 feet. I got some trees at my house, but my house isn't for sale. Mastic sealer around here, and I can see why, because look, if you will, but the yard slopes down towards the house. The only thing keeping it away is they've built a little swale with this wood mulch, which is conducive to wood destroying insects. High soil, high soil, high soil, high soil. Rotting rain gutter, lawn sprinkler. I don't know. Connect the dots.